Who would you? I know it's kind of putting you on the spot there, but I kind of want to. I'm young, so I'm allowed.
And you know what? God love you. Keep that. Number one, part of the problem last go around is getting involved with in the primary with congressional delegation. I have not wanted that. I don't think any of the other candidates, for the most part, wanted the same kind of problem. So I've asked them to stay out of the primary and get involved after the primary. I'm a congressional candidate. I believe I should be doing the same. I am Paul Gosar. I am not John McCain. I am Paul Gosar. I am not J.D. Hayward. Find out the difference. Get a homework assignment. Yes.
Well, how do you stand on Israel?
Support Israel. Full-heartedly. Full-heartedly. And I'm embarrassed right now. I am embarrassed about this, the way this administration and the way we are treating people. It's a shame.
But NASA's taking care of that.
Yeah. You know what? I do want to talk about NASA. I got to tell you a funny story. So I went back to Washington, D.C., and the aeronautic people wanted to talk to me. And it was the day that they were cutting NASA. I don't know if you know, but a lot of us benefit from NASA. And I want to tell you a story about dentistry. Do you know dentistry really benefited? I mean, about 30 years ago, 40 years ago, we had these god-awful looking crowns. Okay? But what they used to do, because there was only so many particles of porcelain in a unit space, but to get those shields through space, they had to make them stronger. So they had to take the particle size and engineer them so they're a lot smaller. Well, guess what came with it? The ability to make these beautiful crowns that have transparencies, all sorts of different things with them. Memory wire that they use for orthodontics, where they'll see a kid one time and don't see him again for 4 to 6 months. They have to keep it in the refrigerator. Was made by NASA. We have to embellish and we have to invest in our future and our sciences. We have to. We have to, we have to, we have to. Unfortunately, they've been calling me back because they had to cancel that meeting. When are we going to get the chance to see you? And I said, no, for a while. Yes, sir.
What's your views on cap and trade, and how far do you see it going?
I'm against cap and trade. Number one is we have to have a comprehensive energy policy, and that means everything's on the table. Once again, everything is on the table. So we have to look at it from a standpoint that financially we can't afford to do this. That's number one. Can we work it on our own benefit? You betcha. We can look at this. There's no reason why we can't make this better. There's no reason why we can't be utilizing coal better and better and better. Our youth should be instilled to benefit, to make sure that we have better processes to make coal much better. But we can't be saddled with this. This can't work. That goes from nuclear energy to even to green energy.
What about 0 point energy?
What about it?
Free. No meter.
No.
What about that?
I think when you start looking at their wind and solar powers, they're better based on communities. Okay? They're based on communities. Here in Arizona, here in Flagstaff, I mean, you look at my house. I was one of the first greenhouses out in the county. I used styrofoam blocks when I built my house. The R factor, they can't calculate it. Embrace it, use it. How about solar here? It works extremely well, especially if you're going to make applications to hot water.
What about oil? We've got more oil here than all the way across Saudi Arabia.
I don't know about so much here. My dad's a geologist, by the way. Okay.
Well, I'm in the energy business also. So.
Okay. Our reserves, we've got some reserves, but we don't have the same type of reserves that they do probably like in Iraq. I will tell you the sensors in Iraq, well, actually, if they're right, Saudi Arabia is second fiddle to Iraq in the amount of oil reserves. But oil we got to use. What about natural gas? Let me talk to you about a state called Utah. Let me talk to you a state about Wyoming, first of all.
Colorado.
Between Pinedale, Wyoming and Rock Springs, Wyoming is one of the largest gas fields known to man. It's called the Jonah Field. They had so many cubic acres of feet of natural gas coming through. They actually had to do drilling at the same time. Do you know that there's a pipeline that goes from Wyoming all the way to California? Do you know that Utah is investing in all gas-powered